There's so many different definitions of what is God, and for this religion it means this, and that religion it means that, and they all claiming that they have the knowledge and know what it is.
Let me redefine.
The wonderful thing is, let's not do that. Listen, hear me out. I think we all develop a certain feeling of God in our own lives, through our own life experience. And the Christians say, I'm a child of God.
Yes.
That also means that I'm God, right?
Okay.
So you can fill it in the way you want it. Catholics have a very strict discipline of what is right and what is wrong, and morality and rituals, and they have a totally different packaging than Protestants, and the Jehovah's Witnesses have a different packages, and then the Muslims, they have their own God and they have a different packaging again. So let everybody be with his own God.
Okay, but you are a believer. You believe there was a creator?
Well, you're asking me, was there a intelligent design?
Yes.
And of course, that's a very loaded question, because it's a big discussion in a lot of organizations: intelligent design or evolution. Well, we already see that evolution only takes place with the laws of nature. And how would the laws of nature put in?
Of course.
So it's not one or the other. It's not intelligent design on one side and evolution on the other side. That's a pretty naive, silly way of putting it. And it's not black and white.
Okay, you're not religious in any way.
No, but I fully understand that I cannot understand it. Now, how it came to happen and what happened is beyond my comprehension. The more I read about it, the more I study about it, it is this expanding universe to where, what was there. I mean, we cannot have a three-dimensional or even a four-dimensional picture in our mind that covers what is happening. It's beyond me.
Okay, but God brought rules.
Well, that's
behavior for
that's your
people.
definition, or you say, some people say we can only think in 4 dimensions. Maybe God is 10 dimensions or 20 dimensions, or in dimensions we cannot even possibly imagine.
Okay, but the biggest promoters of morality,
yes,
is those professing that God exists. Taking God out of our society, what consequences would it have?
Not necessarily. Not necessarily. When you look at the history, you see that state and morality, they had this enormous struggle. In Europe, we call it the war of investiture. Who is going to rule the state and the laws, or is it going to be the religion? Is it going to be the Pope, or is it going to be the king? Right? We had that long struggle, and at the moment in Islam, you cannot even imagine secular systems in Islam. It doesn't exist, right?
Of course.
So there is a lot of discussion going back and forth. But look at the history, look at how it evolved, how the whole thing evolved.
Okay, but you say it cannot be. Isn't this movement now in these countries that want democracy secular?
I don't think so.
No?
I don't think they have the Western European concept of democracy. They have a totally different concept of how the people should rule. And I learned that to my utmost surprise when I traveled through Iran. Iran, after the Shah, so with the mullahs, right, is a theocracy. It's literally run by the mullahs. But I had never realized until I was there that it's basically a communist country in every way possible.
So God has a place in your, because of course you're doing a lot of good.
Well, let's not mix our belief in a deity, that's what you're saying, a supreme being. Let's not confuse that with morality, because morality can be religious, can be secular, from God, but it can also be secular. right? We have lots of laws on the books, and all the laws are made by the parliament.
Okay, but you do believe in doing good? Of course.
That's what we're here for.
Okay, enough good in this country?
I strongly believe that people, again, I said it earlier today, have the best intention. It may not always turn out to be the best thing. And evaluation of what is good and bad is always afterwards.
Okay, my last question is this. Some people here, like you started saying, are really bad. Our prison is full of them. Are we combating something that we cannot defeat?
I don't think so. Actually, again, when you look at world history, we're living in a pretty good world.
Pretty good?
Good, yes. We have never had so many people as we have at the moment, 6.5 billion people. And we live in fairly good harmony. And yes, things go wrong, but for the totality, it's going fairly well, actually.
Okay, but our history shows that
it was far more difficult. And we were pirates, and we had to fight, and we had guns and knives all the time, to defend our lives. I don't need to carry a gun or a knife, So we
getting better,
I am very encouraged.
And the fight against evil we can't win it.
Yes. You see it now. You look at North Africa.
Okay, one person said, is it not an eternal fight? It's not going to be here forever?
Well, yes, it is checks and balances. It's always checking back and forth and back and forth. That's why we have to keep the conversation, and we have to go on to be critical and discuss and fight. Fighting is creation.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Thank
you're leaving tomorrow, but you're coming back
next week. Yes.
You're coming back next week?
10 days.
Okay, great. Your last words for the public, please.
Oh, well, congratulations with 10-10-10. Congratulations with a independent, sovereign country almost, to a certain extent. And the only way we can make it work is work on it together. Let's work on it together. Let's go do it.
Okay, thank you. Tegen siya actualmente, anto itu na budanki. Ja sabra, nós tem dois jovens, puta bem sinta conosco aqui não, anto nanda be papia di nan perspectiva. I can say this again in English. Saturday, we're going to be having two young persons sitting with us and telling us from the perspective of our youth what's happening on our island and what should be happening. You have an invitation from now. Thanks a lot. Hope you thank you. Keragunos, ja sabra no sta back, anto no sta spera kubotame. Bye bye. Ayo.
Rodeo House of Ribs. Pimpas un rato ameno con familia.
Sempre de Movie Box Banda Vida.
Coração mármore.
Olympia, Run, Ride, Swim and Gym. Nosta queda arriba Caracas bij weg. Banda di The Movie Box.
DJ familia di eccellenza.
Carichi turco nuco dai na pula.
Ave exclusivamente los americanos, un tema.